Hello, my name is John Jacobson, and today I'll cover the steps on how to create your own podcast. Some of the training objectives discussed today: why create a podcast, what hardware and software is required, and best practices for classroom teachers. Why create a podcast? After talking to schools and teachers that have used this technology for the last few years, they all say it does save the teachers time. Like anything else, there'll be a commitment or investment of time up front, but once your video is created, you'll have that video forever. To enhance the instructor's lesson and assist with the learning process for the student. Anytime you can add digital content to your curriculum, that will add value to it. This will allow students to either listen, view, or possibly interact with that particular lesson. To place more ownership onto the student. Teacher said there was value when a student is absent from their classroom, that essentially this lesson is available on their website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that they can place more ownership on the student to catch up with the rest of the class. To provide a detailed resource for individuals outside the classroom. This might be a substitute teacher that may need some assistance delivering that lesson, or it might be a parent that's trying to assist their child on a particular lesson, either learning the material for the first time or making sure they use the correct terminology so they're not confusing the child. Some of the necessary hardware and software. Essentially, you're going to need a microphone. Either a $20 Logitech microphone will work fine if you're in a quiet environment. For this particular podcast, I am using a Logitech microphone. The other option is a $150 Blue Yeti microphone that allows you to record more sound in a classroom environment. A teacher may be able to record his or her voice being 5-6 feet away. Keep in mind, all the lecture, any questions, any background noises, that will all be recorded as well. A screen capturing program. Some staff are familiar with the notebook recorder. It's a simple program. It simply records the movement and the sound from your mic. For this particular lesson, I'm actually going to be referring to a website, Screencast-O-Matic. It's a free web-based solution that captures screen movement and sound, but allows for notes and captions. Just like the notebook recorder, it's a very simple, straightforward program, but in my opinion, I like the Screencast-O-Matic over the notebook because it also allows for some additional features, and it's web-based. So as long as you have internet access, if you're in your classroom, even if you're at home and you want to create a simple podcast, that website will allow you to do that. Unfortunately, I'm using Screencast-O-Matic for this lesson, so I can't go through the steps of showing you how to start off, but essentially, you go to the website, screencast-o-matic.com, and it'll bring you to a website, and on the website, I'll have a button saying Start Recording Now. Once you click on that button, you'll see a screen just like this. And the screen with the dotted lines, this is actually the area that you'll be recording to capture your movement. Down on the bottom, you'll have a little red button that starts a recording session. And this drop down arrow here has different sizes. 640 by 480 is the default. For this particular session, I just used full screen, so you're able to see my entire screen. You can also do Alt-P, which pauses the recording if you need to take a break during the recording session. Best practices. Talking to a few schools that have used this, here are 3 or 4 different tips that they said has worked well for them. Record lessons you're most familiar with. Try to record your lessons in the ideal environment. Teachers that actually record it with kids, they're pretty upfront saying you need to know the right group of kids to have minimal background noise. Upload this video to YouTube and place the link on your classroom website. I'm not going to cover this process in this particular video, but I will be including another video that will cover that. The benefits of having it on YouTube is once that video is on that website, it can be viewed and subscribed on a lot of different platforms, from Windows devices to Macintosh or Apple devices, iPods, iPads are a few examples. If the lesson requires a worksheet with a lot of writing, perhaps I have a PDF available for your download next to the YouTube link. Essentially, you want all of this on that teacher's classroom website, so they can go out to your site, go to that particular lesson, they can click on a link and view the video on YouTube, and they'll have a PDF so they can actually open up the worksheet and add or edit content on the worksheet as they're watching the video. That is a quick summary of how to create a podcast. I appreciate your time. If you have any additional questions or have any concerns, feel free to contact me directly or email me. Thank you.